Hey guys, it's Chronos here with another tutorial. This time we'll talk about making a progressive house drop, from making a melody, chords, top line to layering. And I've got a new mic here, so I hope the sound will be better. And yeah, check it out. I'm recording this for the second time actually, because first time something was wrong, so it would take too much time to build each layer separately, so I decided to do them already. But we'll go through each layer and how to process stuff and everything. So first let's start with the melody. This song will be in A minor, since it's the easiest key to work in for the beginners. And I'll show you how I make the melody. Actually, I always start with a piano. Because I think if it sounds good as a piano sound, it will in a drop also. So yeah, let's start. I start with bass line, always. We'll do here a really simple bass line, because the purpose of this tutorial is not to make like a epic melody, because it could take me ages, but is to show you guys how to layer stuff, how to process stuff, maybe some mix down tips. And yeah, so I do the bass line, then I put in an octave higher, and I do the chords. The music theory is something you guys need if you want to make good melodies. I won't talk that much about this now, because I really don't have time for this. Yeah, but these are like really simple chords. Why I'm saying I don't have time, actually, because I'll try to do this in 15 minutes, so because of some YouTube upload restrictions, I don't know, it will probably take more than 50 minutes, but I'll do my best. So we'll do a really simple melody. Actually, I did it already, I'm just showing you how to do something like this. Yeah, it sounds like this. So I did this, then I did the drums. As you can see here, I have the kick, ride, clap, hi-hat, and some down lifters and crash. I'll play you this through. I'll go through processing later, there's not much stuff going on here, but I'll show you everything. And while I was recording the first time, I already did something on the bass line. And yeah, because you guys are using different plugins, different softwares, I decided to do a tutorial which would benefit the most of you. So I said I'll be using just Silent, because I know like 95% of producers have it, and I'll be using just two banks actually. So the default bank, which everyone has, and the ZenWorld's bank, which is great, so it has like really amazing sound, you'll see. So this is that you can maybe do the same or similar process on your own with similar sounds. I'm just trying to help the new producers to achieve something with this, because there are not many great progressive house tutorial on the internet, or at least I can't find them on YouTube. So about the bass line, yeah, I always put a sub layer on. This is the sub layer from Zenworlds Bank, sub for bass. It's really easy to make it on your own, just you put a sine wave. There's not much going here, but I said I'll be using just the bank, so I will. Yeah, I'll go first through each layer. So this is just the sub. Yeah, if you guys can hear it, it's probably because of your speakers. Try to listen to this on headphones maybe. And I have 3 other layers here. Yeah, and one more thing. I could use like 10 layers for bass line, 10 layers for leads and stuff, but in that case, if you do this, you have to have sounds that go well together, and second of all, you have to mix them like really great. You have to EQ stuff really great, and since I'm doing just a quick tutorial, I don't have time for this. I don't even know if I have enough knowledge to do something like this. What I usually do, I use in my tracks, I usually use like up to 7 layers maybe, but not more. If you have like 4 or 5 layers that sound great, you'll get a great sounding bass line already. So yeah, this is the sub. Then I have this Moog bass, which is from the Default Silent Bank. Yeah, here I have like the full notes, and here I have the 16th note. That's the difference, and it sounds like this. One more thing, the sub sounds the best from, let's say, E to A maybe. So like C in the sub sounds either too high or too low. In this case I put it higher because here it doesn't have much power, but like sub basses and kicks sound best around here, just so you know. Yeah, the third layer is like a saw layer, which is really common for progressive. Sorry. Really common for progressive house. You just have some saw waves with distortion, and it sounds like this. It's from Zenworlds Bank, called Progressiva Casa. Yeah, and I have the 4th layer, also from Zenworlds Bank, and this is like a high bass. So we have this, and now how do I EQ and mix stuff. First of all, how I mix stuff. I start with the sub, and then I bring everything in. I already did this with bass, so I will not show you how I mix bass, but I will show you how I mix like chords in the leads. So it's the same process actually. And EQ, yeah, sub is EQ'd like this. So and yeah, why do I have this 52 cut? I usually go to kick, look it up, in which key it's playing. This is the Vox & Go Span plugin, which is free and it's amazing. You can see this kick is playing around 52 Hertz. So I go to sub, and at 52 Hertz I cut like 9 dBs. We'll come to this kickstart later. Moog bass, nothing special, some compression on, and some EQing. It's EQ'd differently than sub, so it's not interfering with sub, and some high cut because there will be a lot going on here, so we really don't need all the bass lines and everything in here. You can see the compressor is not doing much, just cutting some minor peaks. I usually do more processing later on. Then I have this saw, which is like the main bass probably. It's EQ'd so it doesn't interfere with the sub, and this is it. And this high bass, the same. Yeah, I could put some compression on this too, actually. Nothing special here. Yeah, this is EQ'd differently. This is low cutted, even higher, really high for bass, but like I said, this is a high bass layer. We just adds a little bit to this. And how I process stuff all together. So we have the glue compressor first. Actually, you can do this with many different compressors. I like this one because it's parallel. So I'm sending half of a dry signal and half of a wet signal. So again, not much difference, just gluing sounds together. Then I have sausage fattener. What happens a lot with sausage fattener and plugins like this is that you boost stuff and then it sounds better to you because it's louder. Well, because people, when we hear sound louder, it usually sounds better to us. It's not necessary that it's actually sounding better, if you understand what I'm saying. So you should probably, when you're checking A/B, you should have like the same levels. This is one trick maybe, because yeah, I could boost this stuff and it will sound like really massive, but just because it's like 10 dBs louder. Then I have the compressor, again for cutting some peaks. And kickstart. Well, since we have a long kick here, long kick for progressive house, we have a long side chain. And I'm usually side chaining bass lines to about 95%. And I have this kickstart here on the sub at 100% because sub and kick have similar frequencies and they just mustn't interfere. So yeah, okay. And well, I won't be doing much here, I'm doing just this, so making all stuff below 120 Hz mono. And the bass line now sounds like this. So this is it. We'll mix like kick, bass, chords and leads together after I do everything else. So now we have chords. We have two layers, two super saws, playing 16 notes, but a little bit shorter. First one is from Silent Default Bank, this lead super saw. As the name says, it's super saw. And the second one is from Zenrose Bank, this Dub Vision super saw layer 2. Yeah. All together, okay, so first one sounds like this, and the second one, so together they sound like this. And yeah, how do I mix stuff? As I said, I started with the first one, and then I put in the second one from like 0 volume. I'm pulling it up until it sounds as I want it. Yeah, they're actually EQ'd the same. We have some low cut, some high cut, and now about processing the bus. What I do is, again, I'll put a glue compressor on. I won't do any presets here. What I do actually is just usually put this around 50 and just lower the threshold. So it's around here. Yeah, again, we can do some compression here. We'll just copy this one. Well, and yeah, kickstart, again, it's good to have the same sidechain settings on both bass chords and also the leads, but you just change the mix, so how much of sidechaining you have. For chords I usually have around, let's say, 80 to 90. It really depends on the song, but for this tutorial I'll do 85. And now the leads. Yeah, you can see I have a violin here. I said it will be all just silent, but I'll come to that later. For leads I usually do like 5 to, let's say, 10 layers. In this case I did 5 plus the strings, and I always start with a mono layer. I found a good one here in Silence Default Bank. And if you guys are wondering how do you know the sound is mono, there are many ways, but the easiest is to just open a meter, go to here, and if it's mono it will be just in this line. You see mono, and this is left, right, so this is stereo and mono. This is mono. And what I do next, first of all, I turn off delay and reverb. Why? Because I'll put it onto the group channel, and it sounds more as one lead if you have reverbs and delays on whole group. You'll hear. What next? I don't do much processing here. What I do is, of course, EQ around 300 in this case. Of course, sound compression also. I'm not using these presets because I know not all of you are using Logic. So about compression, what I do actually, I have really low attack ratio, something medium release also, and I usually do the peak compression without any auto gain or limiting and stuff. It really depends from sound to sound, but I usually do like, let's say, up to 4 or 5 dBs of gain reduction, not too much. So yeah, it would be like something like this, and we can name this mono. What I sometimes do is I put this plugin. It's free, Camel Crusher. I think you all know it. It has some cool sounds like this British clean. But again, this makes sound way louder if we see like this. And now. So like this now has a similar volume, and then you can compare if it sounds better or not. It's not much of a difference. It has some more high-end, I think, and I'll leave it here, but yeah. As I said, when you're comparing, you should have similar levels. Then I have this sound, which is, yeah, this one is actually from the default bank, but from number 2, so you go load bank and it's factory bank 2. It's sound lead virus. Originally it's something like this, but what I do, I put sustain all the way up and I put attack to 0. Again, I got rid of reverb delay and it sounds like this. This is like a super saw, so I could do maybe like this. And as you can hear, maybe it has a little bit too much of release. Well, this really depends on how your piano roll looks like, how your notes, how long are your notes, but you can change it either here with longer or shorter notes or in the program itself. So we'll name this virus. I guess I'm going over 15 minutes. Sorry, it's already longer than 15 minutes, but I can't really do it much faster because I want to share all the information with you. So yeah, this is the third layer. This is Zenworld's Bank. It has some great sounds for progressive house. Again, no delay, reverb, and it sounds like this. Yeah, about processing. What I do sometimes, I just copy stuff. I do the EQing and some minor compression on each sound, but I try to process them as similar as possible to get like really one big layer. So we'll name this P1 because it's protocol lead 1. And we have another one here, I think. Yeah, it's protocol layer 3, the same bank. Again, same settings, almost the same well. And then we have this layer. Well, this is P3 actually, sorry. I always put a pluck sound into my lead group. Why? Because it adds some punch, in my opinion. Yeah, and this one is from the Zenworld's Bank. And since this is the pluck, maybe the compressing would have to be different, because as I said, I use pluck for punch, and if I would compress this too much, let's overdo it so you'll hear a difference. Let's say we have it like this. It loses all the punch. So, what's like the biggest mistake? You have pluck for punch and then you compress it like this, and then it's not for what it should be. Its purpose it's not to be like really compressed. Sorry for my English. Again, I don't know if I'm if I'm saying what I want actually, but yeah. I'm not compressing plugs that much. I'm sometimes compressing plugs, but like really like this maybe. Because this one is going to red, I think. Yeah, something like this maybe. So we'll name this plug. And one more thing, yeah. I said everything will be silent, and I have this layer which is not silent. It's sometimes great to have layer which sounds more like, I don't know, analog sound, like some real recording, like something like strings, piano, stuff like this. Not so much compressed, maybe. This is why I have this. This is just the string layer. But yeah, I won't put it in the same bus. I'll put it just to output, to stereo output, and maybe use it to show you the difference. So now let's mix this stuff. As I said, I started with mono lead, which is like the main lead here. And then I put everything else. This pluck. Yeah, it doesn't sound really good at the moment. If we play all this. So we'll put some delay. Yeah, what's the easiest way to show this? We'll just put some echo. Yeah, like this maybe. And some reverb. I'll be using the Space Designer in this case. And what I like to do with reverb is actually send it to bus. So we have a bus here already with reverb, but I'll do another one and I'll show you why. Here I have the reverb bus with this setting, bright hall, and all the way up wet, and some EQ, so we don't have, it's not muddy actually. But what I'll do now is copy these settings and put a kickstart on, so also the reverb is sidechained. It will be sidechained as the leads actually, so it doesn't go over kick. And so this is now with the reverb. We can now turn this off because we don't have the sidechaining on leads also. So this is a difference when you have like without delay and reverb and with. So yeah, this then, I won't do much here actually. I'll just put a sausage fattener. I don't know. So this and some compression. Again, not much. We'll do it like this. And yeah, kickstart. For leads around 75, and I have to turn this on now. And we have these strings on, so we'll copy actually these settings, the echo, sausage fattener, some compressor, and kickstart, and let's see, -15. We'll do the same reverb, but no, we actually won't do the reverb because we have it here. Yeah, we'll do the reverb here, so it will be like really the same, but with different sidechain settings, so it won't be so much sidechain. So yeah, of course, EQ. What I can do and what I will do is just copy this an octave higher. And we need some sidechaining, but not so much. Sorry, my computer is making some problems. I will do some more compression here. So this is so now we have let's say everything together. Now we have to mix things. And what I like to do is to leave some headroom actually, and I already mixed this drum section. I'll say I'll go through actually. You can see I have everything that's not kick, like riots, claps, hi-hats, crash, all the other drums. Well, it's not the drums. I have it the bus too, and I have kickstart on with like 30% in the shortest setting. This is so that kick punches through better. So if we listen to just this is with sidechaining on the right and without. Not much of a difference, but yeah. And yeah, on the drums, we can put again the glue. In this case, I will load the preset. I think it's drum full parallel or something, yeah. But without makeup, of course. Yes, sorry, again. Just the drums. So yeah, we have now this, and now let's mix first of all the bass line to the kick. So we have kick at -6, and the bass line is probably around -8, -9. And this is okay. And now chords. And now leads, well, I don't know. Yeah, leads are too loud actually. And downlifter, let's see. Altogether it will sound like this. And of course, if we look at the master chain, we have enough headroom to do the mastering. You can check out the mastering tutorial I did on my channel, Chronos Official, I think it's on YouTube. Yeah, I think this is it actually. Well, we're limited because we're using just the silent. Well, you can do everything with it, but what I like to do actually is use some different plugins for some, let's say, layers. I use Trillion a lot for bass lines, maybe some Nexus, and Spire, of course. These leads doesn't sound as great for me as it should. We'll do just one more layer here actually. Maybe it will be better after this. I don't know, let's try this. I want something really... we load the default bank and this super saw, which I think it's cool. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, we'll do it like this actually. So let's... Yeah, what I could do actually here is some stereo imaging. So we don't have any of this. You could do this with like Waves plugin, Stereo Imager S1 I think it is. There are many plugins actually you can do stuff with. What else could we do here actually? Well, again, you can go and try the Camel Crusher maybe. But yeah, I think this is it. I hope this was helpful. I know this is not the best melody actually, and the sound isn't too perfect also, but I want to show you how to layer stuff, how to choose layers again. As you can see, we have like a completely mono lead, then we have a pluck, a violin, and some super saws, which makes the sound big. Yeah, about chords, we have some super saw. Again, when I started producing, no one told, well, I watched a lot of tutorials, but there were many tutorials where there were just the bass line and the lead section, so I started doing music like this without any chords, and this is difference. This is without the chords. Yes, sorry. And with the chords. So as you can hear, chords add a lot to that mid-range actually, somewhere around here. It adds a lot here, so the drop sounds bigger just with one or two layers of chords. Again, you can put some piano layer maybe here or something like this, but as I said, I use just silent, that's why I'm not using any piano layers. These are just the names actually. Yeah, I hope this was helpful. Again, this is how I would do this, and then I'll bounce the file and do the mastering separately. You can watch the mastering tutorial on my channel, and please check out my SoundCloud, Chronos. I just made a new remix for Ellie Golding, and check out my Facebook. And yeah, if you have any comments, any advice, maybe for some new tutorial, please let me know. This is it. Thanks.